MAGA, I'm going to say this very loudly and proudly. The Republicans will lose this vote, and you know it. Because I want you to look back to 79. 1979, during the Gerald Ford administration, it was a Democrat who had the hornet's nest of Iran. Fast forward 47 years later to 2026, and then use the same logic but with a Republican. So my question is to my Democratic colleagues, do you have a back channel with the Iranians to get the strait open once this ass clown is gone from office? Because I'll tell you right now, that's the way it's looking from what I'm gathering. But the only difference is 40-year cycles. The only difference is instead of a Republican, it is a Democrat that they're talking to. And the last time I checked, it was Ronald Reagan who more than likely had a back channel with the Iranians. They said, do not release the hostages until I am president, and then let them come home. So my question remains, if they have a back channel with the Iranians back then, what is the likelihood of them having a back channel with Obama, make him president, or one of his subordinates? What are the odds of that happening? And I ask you, MAGA, the odds of that happening are very high. Instead of hostages from the embassy, otherwise known as the CIA, they're holding the world's oil in limbo until Barack Hussein Obama is president, if I was a fly on the wall in that room, and that would be my guess. Because if they're seeking talks and dialogue with Barack Hussein Obama, then that tells me with any certainty that they are only looking to deal with people that have any lick of sense, because this current administration does not have the lick of sense that God gave a gnat. And I say that as someone not to be disrespectful, but to make you understand geopolitics that are being played with about 16 people's lives. And what I'm driving at with everything is very simple. Even though we are in Iran and we have no way of extricating ourselves from said conflict, is I don't know what to say to people, but you're going to see a Democratic that would wipe out the Republicans and would make them go into the wilderness for the next 40 years. Because if you truly think about it, I see this as an opportunity for the Democrats. If you truly And if you truly think about it, for 47 and for 47 years, they have been playing this game that has been playing for so long, and if you can't see it for what it is, that particular narrow piece of land between the Gulf and the Indian Ocean, the Persian Gulf and the Indian Ocean, holds a good chunk of the fertilizer, potash, take your pick. And from what I'm gathering, and it's looking like Barack Hussein Obama is going to be becoming the president again. And they're trying to rig it in the Congress where they are trying to walk out the Democrats and trying to rig it to where they will never be in power again. Well, Price, as you can tell, something similar was happening in 1979 when the Democrats tried to rig it to where the Republicans would never be in power again. But the Republicans figured it out. They used a simple crisis to get the post reaction, whip up the frenzy, and then have a solution for when the time comes. They are going to bring the Democrats back in one more time. And I reference the book, the movie I picked up too, that little short film. There will be a civil conflict. How do I know? I'm not sure. But make the people understand. For those who follow me, I say this about Christ. For those who follow me will do the Joseph model. And this is similar to the Cold War. We stored food in the house. We were able to plant gardens, etc. We were able to be as self-sustaining as possible, because I can tell you of a time where food was sky high, and what we considered sky high back then was cheap compared to today's standards. And I'm saying this, I remember a store as a kid called Hilo, and it has some third-rate food stores in there and some government cheese, as they call it. And I'll tell you right now, that was some of the best food I ever ate. There's 50 different flavors of the same goddamn thing. That's a lot of the illusion of choice, but anything important in choice is reduced. If you look at all the different companies, their own media companies, 5, 6, newspapers, same thing, 1, 2, depending on which part of the world you're in, the country you're in, as being consolidated important towards 2 political parties. Let's see, a Federal Reserve. All these things reduced in choice. But jelly beans, 23 flavors. Bagels, 31 flavors, depending upon what you talk about. My point is this: if you choose to continue to be in the world, then have fun. But understand, things are going to get really rough really quickly. We're not quite in the time of scarcity, but we're starting to see it. So have the basics at home for your hygiene, for your health, for food, etc. But if you think I'm just talking out of my rump, then so be it. But like, share, subscribe if you like what I do. Thank you.